All right, guys, welcome back. Let me double check. Right. All right. I hope everything's fine. So we are going to talk about how our body regulate our blood pressure. There are two ways that our body regulate blood pressure. One is called autonomic nervous system. The other one is hormone. So our body regulate blood pressure through two ways. I want you to know that this is not unique to the blood pressure. This is not unique to the heart, not unique to the vessel. This is how our body regulate everything. Our body basically regulate your vision, your action, your sleep wake cycle, go to sleep, awake, your everything. You can regulate your a lot of internal and also an internal process by the nerve and by the chemical. So basically, that's these two method that our body regulate almost everything. Yeah, your digestion, your um, your growth by the growth hormone, and also by the nerve stimulation, right? Muscle control. Yeah. So all these are both are controlled by these two systems. One is the direct wiring, the other one is chemical just spread throughout our body, right? So that's these two way. But we will use the heart to kind of like talk to more detail into how the nervous system and how the hormonal system affects our blood pressure. All right, so this is the final portion of the blood pressure. After this one, you know everything. You have everything you need to know about the blood pressure, and you will be good. All right, so it's the final portion, and it's also very easy. Yeah, a lot of these are actually the nervous system. We kind of talked about it already, but we just specify on it. So autonomic, why is that autonomic? Because autonomic is one to control that's not voluntary control. You cannot control your heart voluntarily. You can control your, there are three muscles, skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, hard muscle. You can only voluntarily control your skeletal muscle, but not hard muscle. That's your heart. Smooth muscle, that is your vessel. So you cannot control these two. Voluntary control. So it's autonomic. So autonomy has two branch. One is the sympathetic nervous system. So when you receive the input, sensory, right, all this input go to your brain, and then it trigger your fear, it trigger your excitement, it trigger your anxiety, it trigger your fight or flight, basically. It will end up make you to do physical voluntary action as well as autonomic involuntary action in your organ system. And so those will be the sympathetic. And when sympathetic activated, all you need to know is that it release neurotransmitter, that's the norepinephrine. As I told you in the in our lab, um, the more you talk about it, it's easier for you to memorize it. Like I remember individual's name because I saw you and I call your name one time, two times. It doesn't really take a lot of times. 5, 10 times, you get a kind of a relationship, right? You become friends. We I'm not saying that we become friends, right? But you become related, right? So that's how you get to know these things. When I provide you study guide, uh, I highly recommend, and this process is very, very easy. For those who already got 100%, you already got 99% or like already got an A, you don't need to worry too much about it. But if you are in the borderline, right, you are in the 80 something and you want to be the A, or you are 70 something, you want to be the B. I highly recommend that you see this study guide, watch the video, understand the concept before your exam or after watch each video this study guide, you have the notes, just write it over in another notebook and answer the question mentioned in this study guide, just make it more complete. Study guide just give you the guide, right? Sometimes I don't provide details, and I will provide detail, but the guide may miss some detail. And so when you, or it's just a question, right? So when you write over to the notebook, answer those. And also when you, after you do that, highlight those terminology. I don't want to call your name in this video, but basically just highlight those names. And then norepinephrine, for example, acetylcholine, for example, I have an accent, but you can look it up. How do you spell it? You will spell it perfectly, right? And so you then highlight those, and then you write it over on a list. And so that help you, which you see them. From this topic, it probably only give you like 5 names. It's not a lot, but quiz question basically are all circulating around these names. Yeah, what they do and where they are, right? Location and function. And so that's that. Norepinephrine is just one example. I just realized that it's not like the name you will hear every day, right? So like everybody like dopamine. We have the quiz. Everybody choose dopamine. It's more common, right? It's like more commonly seen in our social media, but not on norepinephrine. Yeah, dopamine is a good thing. Dopamine is important, but it's not here. Yeah. So why you choose dopamine? Because you are more familiar with dopamine. So write it over to another piece of paper, and then start to be familiar with these names. All right. So what you need to know about sympathetic is that it releases norepinephrine. It also will act on adrenal medulla to release adrenaline. Adrenaline is epinephrine. So you have the norepinephrine. You also have epinephrine, and these will act on increase your blood pressure basically. You also parasympathetic when you're digesting, resting, your stomach start to work, release the enzymes, your intestines start to work to absorb your food. So they will do the movement, and you absorb your nutrients in your digestive system. So that's that. And then how does it affect your heart? So it will release the acetylcholine, and it will decrease your heart rate, and so you are more relaxed, and you don't need to go a lot for high blood pressure. You don't need high blood pressure at this point. You just need low blood pressure. Yeah, we tend to have more high sympathetic nowadays. Right, every minute is the fight, so we always in the fight, and that's why people tend to build up hypertension. Yeah, so that's all you need to know. So this one just summarize that sympathetic release norepinephrine, and through the adrenal medulla, it releases adrenaline, and adrenaline is epinephrine. So you just, I have specified those in the study guide, and so you just need to copy them over. And when you call their name, don't be shy, call their name. Yeah, multiple times you will be familiar with those. And then, so these two will act on the heart. It will act on the 2 portions of the heart. It will act on the SA node. So SA node is the pacemaker, is a pacemaker. So it's the maker of the pace. When the norepinephrine and the epinephrine go there, it will stimulate the SA node to generate the heart rate faster. So it increases heart rate. It will also act on the muscle. So muscle contrast. But with the stimulation of sympathetic, with the norepinephrine and the epinephrine, this heart will pump faster. Not just faster, but the SA node will pump stronger. So your stroke volume will also increase. Sympathetic overall increase heart rate, increase stroke volume, CO increase. CO increase, TPR increase, right? Yeah. So it's these. Sorry, CO increase, BP increase. That was here, right here, here. BP equals CO times TPR. Yeah, just add this line here is related to BP, right? So CO increase, BP also increase, blood pressure increase. That's whole system. What do you need to remember, which is basically just norepinephrine and epinephrine, also adrenal medulla also involved. What do they do to the cardiovascular system? They affects a lot of things. But for increasing blood pressure, the primary one, they also increase the vasoconstriction, but they have some increase, some decrease. So I don't want to complicate it too much here. But the primary one is the heart. They increase heart rate. They also increase the contraction. So they increase the stroke volume. And the CO increase, BP increase. The next one is the parasympathetic. Parasympathetic go from the cranial nerve 10. So this is important because you may hear people talk about vagus stimulation, okay? And so this is vagus nerve. Vagus nerve involved in parasympathetic nerve system. This vagus nerve go around like wandering around, it will affect a lot of organ system. Yeah. And it will reduce the heart rate. By reducing heart rate, HR decrease, causing the CO decrease, BP would be decreased. So that's how our autonomic nervous system influence the blood pressure. Right? So that's the nervous system. And the other one is hormonal. What we are going to talk about the hormonal influence is only one system. This is called renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. It's also sometimes called RAAS. Yeah. So I can probably write it here. RAAS. Yeah. So that's the RAS or RAS. RAS. Yeah. So this is the system. The system. It's very common because this is the system provide us a lot of target for treating hypertension. If the blood pressure is high, that there's not much you can do with the I want to get rid of this. Yeah, there's not much you can do with the autonomic nervous system because autonomic nervous system involve too many organ systems. You can use beta blocker, which is not very common at this point. The people still use it, but beta blocker will affect the autonomic the influence, and so it's not the best one. How can I delete this one? How can I remove this? Yeah. Ah, right here, man. All right, got it. Yeah. So the nervous system is important. It's good to it's good uh way that our body regulate blood pressure, but in the hormonal system is the primary one. This one provide a lot of uh, the target for treating hypertension. All right, so we want to know this. So this one involved again name. When you know name, you always want to know location and the function. All right, so we will this one provide a lot of quiz questions. Renin, where is it? What do they do? Angiotensin, where it is? What do they do? Aldosterone, where it is? What do they do? In addition to these A, we also have another A, ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. Where it is? What do they do? And how do we combine this all together? All right. When we know what they do, you will know how do we combine this all together. All right. So let's start by renin. Renin, by the name, you know, is a renal system. Is in our urinary renal system. In is like a ingredient, all right? So this is one of the renal system protein. So where is it from? It's from our kidney. All right, so renin right here. Renin location, quick question, where is renin released from? Where is it built up? Where is it produced? It's from the kidney. Interesting. Our cardiovascular system is influenced by our kidney. It's because that kidney clean our blood. And so to provide a good circulation to the kidney is essential for your health or for your survive. So kidney need to regulate the blood pressure in order to do their job, to clean your blood. So when your blood pressure is low, renin will get released. So where is from? It's from the kidney. When it get released, it go to recirculation. It go to the blood. And what do they do in the blood? They do one thing. They convert another protein. It's called angiotensinogen right here. It convert. What do they do? Renin convert. So you have angiotensinogen. This is a protein. It's very complicated. A protein. It has multiple amino acids combined together. That protein, angiotensinogen, and angiotensinogen come from the liver. We later will talk about that. But it will see this one in the blood. It see the angiotensinogen. When you see the angiotensinogen, it will convert it basically by trimming part of it to make it become another protein. This is called angiotensin 1. So it will convert angiotensinogen, this origin, right? Angiotensinogen to become angiotensin 1. So that's what renin do. Where is it from? Quick question. Where is it from? Kidney. What do they do? Converting angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1. So that's what they do. Now, with this one, we introduce the next member of this system, and this is actually the primary member, angiotensin or angiotensinogen and angiotensin 1. So what are they? Angiotensinogen is originated, where location of function, where are they from? Angiotensinogen come from liver. Liver produce a lot of protein. Liver is so important. Liver produce a lot of blood protein, a lot of blood related protein. So later we will learn about the coagulation in the future lecture. Those are all produced by the liver. And another thing is the angiotensinogen. This one produced by the liver. So that's the location. When it's got produced, it got released into the blood. These proteins released into the blood, basically they are hormone. Yeah. So they are circulating in blood. They produce in the blood. All right. So that's why we call it hormonal influence, hormonal regulation. They go to the blood, but these proteins are not active. They are not very potent. Potent about what? About its function. So location, now you know, location is from the liver. Then what's its function? Function is kind of easy. It's because that you look at the name, it's angio. Angio is about the blood vessel. Angiogenesis, blood vessel growth. So angio is about blood vessel. Tension is tension, right? Force, right? Constriction. So the function of angiotensin right here, or angiotensin doesn't really have that strong potency, but when it becomes the angiotensin 1 or further become angiotensin 2 become a potent vasoconstrictor. It causes vasoconstriction. So that's its function. Yeah, so what's the angiotensin do? It causes vasoconstriction. They have other function, but that's one of the function. So angiotensinogen It's come from the liver, and it will be converted to angiotensin 1 by renin. So renin, the one that we first talked about, it converts angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1. Angiotensin 1 is good enough, but it could be better. So angiotensin 1 will get converted into angiotensin 2 by an enzyme. This enzyme is called ACE, angiotensin converting enzyme. And then you have the angiotensin 2. ACE, a new member, where is it from? It's located in the vessel epithelium, endothelium cell. So let me show you the vessel. We saw the vessel earlier, like here, like this. So in this endothelium cell, inner layer, endothelium, right? In the membrane, you have these enzymes. Let me probably draw it right here. I can draw it there. I can draw it probably. Let me see. So where is angiotensin? Angiotensin converting enzyme right here. So let's say that where's the pen? Maybe I can do this one here. All right. Yeah. So here is the blood vessel. All right. Blood vessel, right? And then on the here in the inside of that, you have a converter. So this one, when the angiotensin 1, use another color, angiotensin 1 come here. This is angiotensin 1. When it come here, it will get converted. Angiotensin 1 is already converted from angiotensinogen, but it's not. It could be improved. So ACE, let me write it. This will be ACE. ACE is an enzyme, angiotensin converting enzyme, all right? ACE will convert this angiotensin 1, is already functional, but it will trim it better. It's like you got a key, right? It was originally just a piece of metal, and you craft it to become workable. And so that's renin, renin carve it to become angiotensin 1, and it's workable, but ACE could finer crafting to craft it to become another, like this one here, right? So this will convert it to here. This will be the angiotensin 2. This one is a final product. This one is very potent because very stronger vasoconstriction in order to increase blood pressure, to allow the kidney to have more blood to coming in, more pressure to come in, so more fluid coming in order to clean your blood. So that's that. All right. To clean it. All right, so that's that. Location function, now you know. This is in the pulmonary circulation. So here, I don't think I have the slide of the pulmonary here, but I think I can open it up right here. Let me see. Right. Stop sharing. I will share another one, an earlier slide, like this one here. So here is the pulmonary, so blood coming to kidney and the renin got released. Here is pulmonary, so here on the vessel wall, they have enzyme. They will convert the angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. So they are primary, they are everywhere, but the high density of this ACE are in the pulmonary circulation. So that's that. All right. So go back to here. So now we know these two, and then we have five final products. So we have renin, angiotensin 2. The story doesn't end here. Angiotensin 2 is already good. to increase blood pressure, causing vasoconstriction, increase blood pressure. But story doesn't end here. Angiotensin 2 is very potent. How? Because it acts on not just the vessel, it acts on 3 organ systems. Angiotensin 2, location, function. Where is angiotensin 2 come from? It's from the angiotensinogen, originally from the liver, released into the blood, and they get converted into angiotensin 1 and then angiotensin 2. With the angiotensin 2, the final product circulating in the blood, it will act on just randomly flow, but when they see the receptor, when they see these organs, they have the receptor of the angiotensin 2, angiotensin 2 will act on them. Acts on 3 organ systems. One is the vessel. When it acts on the vessel causes constriction, increase the resistance, increase the total peripheral resistance right here, vasoconstriction, and so it increased the blood pressure. So there's one organ system acts on the vessel. It will act on another organ, that is the posterior pituitary gland. Let me show you this picture here. Here is the pituitary gland. I don't know if you learned this one in your anatomy. We will talk more about it in our endocrine system. We will talk about some of this again in the endocrine system. But pituitary gland is in the lower portion of the brain. Yeah, I think probably you know this one, right? So pituitary gland. Pituitary gland has 2 lobes. One is the anterior, more front. One is the posterior, right here. And the posterior will release 2 hormones. One is the ADH, antidiuretic hormone, and the other one is oxytocin, right here, OT oxytocin. And so when the angiotensin 2 circulating around in the blood, they come here, they will stimulate the posterior pituitary gland to cause it to release ADH. So that's the second organ that angiotensin 2 acts on, right here. So angiotensin acts on blood vessel. It also acts on the posterior pituitary gland. When it acts on the posterior pituitary gland, it causes it to release ADH, which is an antidiuretic hormone. What does this do? So where it's from? It's from the posterior pituitary gland. What does it do? It antidiuretic. It reduces urination. It's because that now your blood pressure is low, your fluid pressure is low. You don't want to lose them anymore. You want to reduce the losing of the fluid. So you want to reduce urination. So that's that. When you reduce the urination, you keep the fluid in the body, and that will go back to the vein, go back to the heart, venous return. By increased venous return, you increase stroke volume. That is our Frank Starling mechanism. You increase stroke volume. By increased stroke volume, you increase cardiac output, and with increased cardiac output, you increase blood pressure. So that's the second organ that it acts on. And the third organ that it acts on is adrenal cortex. When it acts on the adrenal cortex, let me show you the adrenal cortex. So this is the pituitary gland, release ADH, location function. ADH comes from the pituitary gland. ADH acts on the kidney to prevent. We call it water retention. Basically, you just antidiuretic. You prevent urination. You reduce the urine production. As for the adrenal cortex, it's right here. So you have the adrenal gland. You have 2 adrenal glands. Each one is on top of the kidney. And the adrenal gland has adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla is associated with the sympathetic. It releases adrenaline, and that is epinephrine. Adrenal cortex is different system. This one releases corticosteroid hormone. And one of those influenced by the angiotensin 2 is aldosterone right here. So you probably bold this one here, aldosterone. Aldosterone released from the adrenal cortex. Angiotensin II acts on it. It released the aldosterone. Now you have a new friend now, aldosterone, a new term. You want to know location and the function. Where is it from? What does it do? Aldosterone comes from the adrenal cortex. Then what does it do? It acts on the kidney again to cause sodium reabsorption. So when your kidney produce the urine, sodium is one of those got released. So your urine contains sodium. Aldosterone will reabsorb those sodium back. Why does aldosterone does it? Why does angiotensin II cause aldosterone to cause the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone to do that? It's because that when you have the ADH, this one retain the water directly. You want to keep this water in your body. In order to keep your water in your body is that you eat salty food. And so salt can help you to sustain water in your body. And so that's why it also causes the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. This one reabsorb the sodium, so you don't urinate the sodium out. You keep them in your body. By keeping them in your body, you provide your body to absorb the more water into your body. So that's the purpose. So you have more water in the body. When you have more water in the body, you have more venous return. You have more fluid in the body. They basically will go to the system, go to recirculation, and then go back to the heart. And then you have more venous return, more stroke volume. And so you will have right here more stroke volume, then you have more cardiac output, you have increased blood pressure. So that's the function of angiotensin II, the overall function of angiotensin II. It acts on 3 organ system, blood vessel. What's the function of that? Vasoconstriction. It acts on posterior pituitary gland. What's the function of that? It causes it to release ADH. What does ADH do? Anti-thyroid hormone. It causes water retention in the kidney, and so you have more water retained in your body. It also acts on the adrenal cortex. What does it do over there? Causing it to release aldosterone. Aldosterone, a new name. What does it do? It acts on the kidney again to cause sodium retention. So that's that. And overall, you have increased TPR right here. You have increased CO on these two. These two will increase CO, so your BP increase. So that's how our hormone regulate our blood pressure. So that's that. I think that's about everything. So this is a final slide to put everything together to talk about the renin-angiotensin pathway. So let me go through this one we already talked about everything. Let's just put everything in the figure. Let me show you. So we start from the kidney because renin-angiotensin, right? So you start from the renin right here. Renin, where is it from? It's from the kidney. There are 3 factors influence it. Don't worry about this influence. Basically, is your blood pressure is low. Sympathetic will also influence it. Low sodium in your urine will also influence it, but don't worry too much because we will talk more about it when we talk about the urinary system. All right, so renin comes from the kidney. What does renin do? It will convert angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1. Where is angiotensinogen from? It's from the liver. Angiotensin 1, what does it do? It will eventually become angiotensin 2 by ACE, angiotensin converting enzyme. This is in the pulmonary circulation. Then what's angiotensin 2 do? Angiotensin 2 do? Yes, angiotensin 2 do. What does it do, right? It will act on 3 organ systems. One is the vasoconstriction. The other one is the adrenal cortex. The other one is the brain. This is the posterior pituitary gland. When it acts on the posterior pituitary gland in the brain, it causes it to release ADH. It will also act on the adrenal cortex to cause it to release aldosterone. ADH will act on the kidney to cause water retention right here. Aldosterone will act on the kidney to cause sodium retention. These two will increase stroke volume and increase heart rate, increase stroke volume and increase cardiac output. Angiotensin II directly act on vessel to cause vasoconstriction. So you have CO increase. You also have TPR increase. Your blood pressure increase. So that's that. All right. I hope that's clear enough for you to understand. And if you have any question, just let me know. Okay. So that ends our blood pressure lecture. All right. See you next time.